Hey everyone, today we are at the South Street Seaport, right in front of the Tin Building by Jean-Georges. And today we're going to be walking from the Seaport and the Tin Building all the way across the Brooklyn Bridge. Now in the distance, you can see the Brooklyn Bridge as well as One Manhattan Square, which is an X-Tail development. It is a beautiful day here in New York City, just a little bit windy. It's about 47 degrees. About 15-mile-an-hour winds, 20-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And I think right as we get on the on-ramp of the pedestrian walking ramp of the Brooklyn Bridge, is probably going to be a little bit more windy. But as the weather's getting nice out, Lower Manhattan is great. This is the kind of outdoor bar that sits right outside of the Tin Building by Jean-Georges. On a Friday night or Saturday night, you'll see a lot of people out here, having a cocktail after work, grabbing a drink, overlooking the water, overlooking downtown Brooklyn, and walking South Street. So we're going to go up towards Fulton Street, and we're going to walk directly in front of Pace University, which is a very good college here in Manhattan that quite literally sits right next to the on-ramp of the Brooklyn Bridge. This is the main biking path that will take you all the way around the island of Manhattan. But the further up you go, you're going to have a little bit of construction going on. Really beautiful buildings here, though, right on Fulton Street and South Street. Some of these buildings are over 100 years old. They're really, really stunning. Love the cobblestone streets. I really like the red brick facades, too. Beautiful red brick with the original fire escapes. Looks really great. Just to the right, this is relatively new. I mean, it's been here a while, but this is the iPic Theaters. It's like a very big movie theater. This is an awesome bookstore here. McNally Jackson Bookstore. I come here a lot in the summer. It's open daily from 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. Funny Face Bakery seems new. But it's just a very unique area. It's almost like, makes you feel like you're not even in New York. You have a boxing place, Hit the Deck Boxing, the South Street Seaport Museum.
Turn the hell of the freight this one. I see my flat tire. Okay, yeah, that's my guy. Yeah, it could be pitch black. And I'll be like, Darren, tell me you Darren without saying nothing.
I just like how he tells me when he's going through his phone, he's looking through his photos.
All my pictures.
He's like, look, who's that in the background? He's like zooming on there like this.
Yo, every picture I got with that, yo, bro, I might have like 40 of them. Every single picture is like this.
To the left is One South Street Plaza.
They're not even next to me.
And then we'll come on to the cross streets of Water Street. Wow, look at this. We'll take a quick detour on Water Street to check out some of the beautiful flowers on the trees that are finally starting to bloom. Wow, so nice. Okay, we are now on Water Street, where we will make a right and continue up Water Street. We're probably going to have the wind pick up significantly as we go over the Brooklyn Bridge. I think we'll be able to make this light. We have to cross anyway because they're doing a significant amount of construction on the other side of Water Street, or Pearl Street. This is a pretty unique shot here. You see the spire of the World Trade Center. And a very pretty picture of the Brooklyn Bridge. If you were to continue all the way down, this will take you all the way into Chinatown, as well as the Lower East Side and Three Bridges neighborhood, where you have Manhattan's or Excel's One Manhattan Square. This is the corner of Peck Slip and Pearl Street. And we have this great view of the Brooklyn Tower and downtown Brooklyn in the distance. There's probably going to be quite a few people walking across the Brooklyn Bridge tonight or this afternoon. This is Frankfurt Street. We are going to make a left here. and we will walk right past Pace University in Lower Manhattan. Pace has a great business school, and it's conveniently located right next to the Brooklyn Bridge and across the street from City Hall too. You can see all the cars getting off the off-ramp of the Brooklyn Bridge. Okay, this is Gold Street. We're gonna cross northbound, and now you'll see the main building of Pace University right here. I'll try to zoom up on the Pace logo here in front of the Spruce Street building. Now, we said before, because we have done a walking tour over the Brooklyn Bridge, but that was from the Brooklyn side back to the Manhattan side. We haven't done the Manhattan side to the Brooklyn side. So if you haven't seen these videos, there are a few key differences now of the Brooklyn Bridge. The city has really cracked down on vending. So you're not going to see a lot of vendors selling stuff, like selling little tchotchkes or, blasting music, because the NYPD has really cracked down on that. Another positive thing is they have separated the pedestrian walking path and the cyclist path. So before, you used to have all of the bicycles, cyclists on the same exact overpass as the pedestrians and tourists, which was really dangerous, and it made a really horrible experience for the tourists who come to New York City, who want to hang out on the bridge, take photos, and then the New Yorkers who are, commuting to work, they're in a rush. So the city decided to segment that, and I think it's a really good solution. So on the upper level, where you kind of have that wooden boardwalk, that is the pedestrian path. And then on the Manhattan side, for the vehicles going into Manhattan, you have a dedicated bike lane that is totally separated from the vehicles, which is great. So now you have a section for pedestrians and tourists, you have a section for cyclists, and you have a section for vehicles. This is the Brooklyn Bridge City Hall subway station, where you can get the 4, 5, 6 JZ trains. And here we are. This is Pace. which is a really great school. You have Spruce Street right here. And then you have this very unique building, 5 Spruce Street. And Pace. Fulton Street's also cool. It's directly down there. Joe's Pizza, actually, is right on Fulton Street. So that's a good thing. If you go to Pace University, you can go to Joe's Pizza without waiting in a 3-hour line like you do at the Joe's Pizza in Times Square. Okay, we're going to cross northbound here, and we're going to follow the signs and the directions to the walking path of the Brooklyn Bridge. And here you have City Hall Park. Here's one shot at City Hall. Architecture is great here. It's a very pretty facade at New York City Hall. Hopefully we'll be able to get across, because it is a nice day out, and that means there's going to be tons of people on the bridge. Okay, we'll wait for the light here. Wow, I don't even think we're going to be able to move. Well, it is a nice day for it, to say the least. As I zoom up, you can see just all the people who are walking across the bridge today, which makes sense because it has been just absolutely terrible weather in New York. I believe today is April 9th, and the entire month of April so far has been just terrible weather-wise. Here you have some people selling some hats. Right as we get about halfway over, we're going to have amazing views of the city, Lower Manhattan, Dumbo, Brooklyn, and downtown Brooklyn. This building that you see here is one of my favorite buildings in all of Lower Manhattan. It's called 130 William. It's the best-selling condo in Lower Manhattan. Has such unique floor plans and such unique windows, great amenities, basketball courts, swimming pool. 130 William really has it all. It's great. Also looks like there's quite a bit of traffic coming from Manhattan to Brooklyn.
So my only guess is like walking her back.
You can see all the cars coming from Manhattan, getting on the on-ramp, and then making their way home as they commute to Brooklyn, New York, and Long Island.
This is the same thing. It's like a bit.
Now to the left you can see the dedicated bike lane. Just off to the left there, on the side where vehicles are commuting to Manhattan. And now you have all this space for tourists and pedestrians, which is great. I would suggest to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge at sunrise and then do it again at sunset. I think that's going to give you the best view. There's a great view of One Manhattan Square. Again, that's the new Extel building. Just to the right of the Brooklyn Bridge, that huge building is the Brooklyn Tower that was developed by JDS. We'll see some great views of Midtown Manhattan, as well as the Empire State Building in just a minute. And coming into view is the Manhattan Bridge. There's a little bit better view of 130 William. Okay, we're almost officially over the water. And onto the boardwalk material. And here you see the Manhattan Bridge. It's a very clear day, so the exposures we have are going to be great. Here's a little bit of what I'm talking about. If we zoom in right here, in between the housing projects, we're going to have Central Park Tower, which is currently the tallest building in New York City at 1,550 feet tall. And then you have the Empire State Building. And then a quick look behind us. We have a great view of the spire of the Empire State Building. And this is overlooking the Tin Building, where we started the video. Such a unique shot from here. I wonder what the weight limit is up here. You can see the sun glistening off the water here. Now here, you can see some of my favorite buildings. You see 432 Park Avenue. You see the brand new 270 Park and 1 Vanderbilt. Overlooking the FDR and the Manhattan Bridge. Looks like a lot of traffic too if we zoom in. You can see 1875. This is a cool shot of all the traffic coming across the bridge. And then down here is the Seaport. Those are all those beautiful buildings that we were walking past. If you look closely on a clear day, you could also see the Verrazano Bridge. This will take you from Brooklyn, New York to Staten Island. And then here's a better shot of 432 Park Avenue, 270 Park, and 1 Vanderbilt. All right, let's continue on our way across the bridge. We're almost about halfway across now. And we're going to see a great view of Olympia Dumbo. You'll be able to see a clear view of the balconies from the apartments that overlook Lower Manhattan. So now coming into frame, you're going to be able to see the entire Hudson Yards development, as well as the Chrysler Building all the way on the east side. Also, I'll try to zoom in, you may not be able to see it, but that is the Statue of Liberty. Wow, this is a very unique shot. You can see Olympia Dumbo just off to the left of the truss of the Brooklyn Bridge. Really gives you a good scope of how the balconies are. It's quite impressive. Here you can see all of Dumbo, Brooklyn, as well as Brooklyn Heights. You could even see a little bit of the Williamsburg Bridge. We're about a little bit of halfway over, a little bit more than halfway. Wow, look at the American flag blowing in the wind. If we look down and to the left, you'll be able to see the Jane's Carousel in Dumbo, Brooklyn. Okay, we're officially on the Brooklyn side now. And this black building, that is Olympia Dumbo, the best-selling condo building in Dumbo, Brooklyn. And you can see the balconies. It's really, really stunning. And looking down here is the Jane's Carousel and a beautiful shot of the Manhattan Bridge. Now, it's all covered in glass now, but during the summer, it'll be totally open, and it's really beautiful to check it out. Okay, we're officially on the last leg here. We're more than 3/4 of the way over. Wow, this is cool. You could see the Brooklyn ice cream factory from up here. Dumbo, Brooklyn is one of my favorite neighborhoods in New York. You have the Brooklyn ice cream factory and Arabica coffee down there. We have a bunch of walking tours of Dumbo, Brooklyn you could check out on the channel. It's such a trendy neighborhood now in New York. And finally, now that the sun is out, it's kind of nice, we're going to be doing more Brooklyn, Queens, and even walking tours of the Bronx. Now, I've said this before, but the developer and the architect on Olympia Dumbo designed the facade of the building to resemble a sail on a sailboat. And all throughout the building, you have nautical underpinnings because it's right on the water, and they wanted everything to be, the theme, so to speak, to be nautical. "60 Water Street" is luxury rentals down here. And now that we're coming from the Manhattan side to the Brooklyn side, you're going to be able to see a different perspective as we look towards downtown Brooklyn. I'll try to zoom in again on those balconies, but some of them are full floor units in the front. So unique. I mean, imagine sitting out on that balcony, overlooking the Brooklyn Bridge, all of downtown Manhattan. I've been in many of the apartments there when they first launched sales on the project, and I was really blown away. You may think it would be loud, but the triple pane glass really does a good job of keeping out the noise. You can see people's outdoor furniture on there. Really, really nice. Quite beautiful there. One more shot looking back towards Manhattan. You can see the World Trade Center, Hudson Yards to the right, the Manhattan Bridge and One Manhattan Square. And then that huge building to the right is the Brooklyn Tower. You can even see the tennis courts and the outdoor swimming pool. All right, in a few feet here, we're now going to get off the walking path and we're going to go down to the main street level. That full walk only took us about 50 minutes, not bad. I think if you just blew it the whole way through without stopping or talking, you could probably do it in under 30 minutes, easy. And on a nice day like today, maybe even a little bit less. The only thing is I would advise against coming up here on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is going to be pretty insane. When you get off here, you'll be able to go to Dumbo, Brooklyn, Brooklyn Bridge Park, Dumbo Heights. All right, now we'll go down the stairs. Okay, now we are back to the main street level. We'll make a left here and we'll head towards Dumbo, Brooklyn. And this should merge us on Old Fulton Street. And right as you turn that corner, you have that great shot of Lower Manhattan again. So if you all enjoyed that walking tour over the Brooklyn Bridge from Manhattan to Brooklyn, leave a like on the video, subscribe for more New York City walking tours. And we will see you all in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.